These sharp young minds compete in what is sure to be an exciting match.
Hi, I'm Ben Lingrich, captain of the Hershey High School BrainBusters team. We always wear silk ties, but we're still not as smooth as Rich Rosen.
Hi, I'm Colin Strell, and I'm the captain of the LS Quiz Bowl team. And this is by far the hardest part of the show.
From Studio A at WGAL 8, it's Westfield Insurance BrainBusters. Now, here's your host, Rich Rosen.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show. I hope you enjoyed the next half hour, and I hope you have enjoyed the wonderfully exciting games that we have presented on our show over the past several weeks. Let's see what today brings with our two new teams, Hershey and Lampeter Strasburg. So let's put them to work as we always do with our opening round. 10-point questions, one big brain buster thanks to our friends at Pizza Hut. Good luck to all 8 of you, and here we begin now with our first 10-point question. He was only 47 years old when he became president in 1869 and served, Mitchell.
John F. Kennedy?
No, sorry. And who? I'm sorry, you can't ring in. And served for the next 8 years. Who was the Civil War general, Lampeter Strasburg? Nathaniel?
Ulysses S. Grant.
He's the one for 10 points. A map maker would call it the 180th meridian. What would you call it as you crossed it on your trip around the world? Colin?
The International Dateline.
You are correct for another 10 points. In 1820, he pushed the Missouri Compromise through the House. In 1850, Ben?
Henry Clay.
Henry Clay was the great compromiser. The Golden Compass, the Subtle Knife, and the Amber Spyglass. What is this trilogy of novels, Mitchell?
His Dark Materials.
By Philip Pullman. You are correct. It was once called the center of the earth. In fact, it still is. What body of water's name literally means? Dylan?
Mediterranean.
The Mediterranean means the center of the earth. In 1867, he traveled to the Mediterranean and the Middle East, sending letters back to his San Francisco newspaper. 2 years later, he published them as The Innocents Abroad. Who was this American author, Dylan?
Mark Twain.
He's the one, yes. There are 9 parts of speech, including nouns and verbs. What part of speech are the, and a called? Colin?
Articles?
They are indeed called articles, yes. The skin consists of 2 layers, a thicker inner dermis and a thin outer layer. What is the outer layer called, Nathaniel?
Epidermis.
Epidermis is absolutely correct. George W. Bush is the son of former President George H.W. Bush. Who was the first U.S. president who was the son of a former president? Garrett?
John Quincy Adams.
He's the one for 10 points. And now it's time for the big brain buster. For 10 points and a gift certificate to Pizza Hut for everybody on your team, here's the question. One of the reasons scientists think there may once have been water on Mars is the discovery of this isotope of hydrogen. What is heavy hydrogen, Ben?
Deuterium.
Deuterium is correct. Congratulations, Hershey. In painting, it's a circular area of light around the heads of holy figures. Ben again.
Halo.
A halo is what it is called. Apollo gets Chryseis, so Agamemnon takes Briseis. That's how this Homeric poem starts. What is it? Colin?
The Iliad?
The Iliad, yes. Dee Dee and Gogo can't go. They're waiting for somebody. Who are they waiting for in Samuel Beckett's play? They are waiting for Godot. This Roman tyrant once wished that his empire had only one neck so he can slay all his subjects with one stroke of his sword. Dylan?
Caligula.
Caligula, whose reign was known for its tyrannical excesses. Yes, it can be wrought or cast into pigs. Ben?
Iron.
Iron or mixed with carbon to make steel. Yes, this group of arthropods includes shrimp, crayfish, lobsters, and crabs. Ben again?
Crustaceans.
Crustaceans is their subphylum, yes. Originally, there were 6 of them, then 7, then 9. During the Civil War, there were 10, then 7. Since 1869, there have been 9. What judicial, Dylan?
Supreme Court justices.
That is absolutely correct. Since 1789, they've had 9. Sal Paradise and Dean Moriarty take one cross-country trip after another. In what novel by Jack Kerouac? Ben?
On the Road.
On the Road is correct. You'll find it in modern Romania. What is this land beyond the forest? That was Transylvania that we were going for. That sound takes us to the end of the round and to our first break. Gives everyone a chance to relax for a bit. We'll be back in just a moment, but first, here's an important message from our sponsor, Westfield Insurance.
Good afternoon. I am Nikki Fisher, a social studies teacher at Hershey High School. The community of Derry Township is proud of its young people and the commitment and achievement they demonstrate in so many areas. Our Hershey High School students represent the highest in academic achievement, including the 2009-2010 BrainBusters champions and winners of numerous scholarships to our nation's top universities, as well as success with our many championship athletic teams. Good luck to both teams today.
Hello and welcome back to our competition today between Hershey and Lampeter Strasburg here at Studio A on Westfield Insurance BrainBusters. But before we continue, let's meet some other very important people that make up these teams. First, heading out to Hershey, we'll meet the young lady that we just met, Miss Nikki Fisher. You teach social studies over at Hershey. Now, you were the champions. Last year, Whitaker Center, Hershey took it all. What's it like coming back here for a whole new season today?
Well, last year was an excellent experience, and Mr. Miller and I are both excited for our team this year. We're a brand new team, we're young, and we hope we can continue our success.
They're all fresh faces, like some of them have been alternates. And speaking of alternates, Hershey has 3 alternates, and I'd love to meet all of you. And you are?
I'm Chan Drong, and I'm in 11th grade.
In your 11th grade. Nice to have you here.
I'm Michael Guo, and I'm in 12th grade.
Michael, welcome. Nice to have you here at Studio A. And you?
I'm Richard Liang, and I'm in 12th grade.
All right, you having a good time so far?
Yeah.
Your team's doing quite well. Now let's move over to Lampeter Strasburg. Miss Pamela Cockle, and it's great to have you here. And
Great to be here.
Lampeter Strasburg has a rich and strong historical tradition in embracing Quiz Bowl.
Yes.
And you have continued that. How long have you been coaching the Quiz Bowl team?
For 3 years.
3 years. And are there any other competitions that Lampeter Strasburg participates in?
We compete in the Penn Manor tournament and also the Conestoga Valley tournament.
And obviously, Lampeter Strasburg is certainly competitive as they are today. Nice to have you here.
Nice to be
Carlton Dunkel is the team's alternate. First time here at Studio A. And you have an interesting favorite subject. And,
Science.
Science. No, science. So obviously, are you leading toward pre-med? Is that something that you are interested in the future?
Well, I'm taking a ton of AP classes, but that's so that I don't have to take them in college. I mean, honestly.
So like advanced placement courses, which gives you the college credit.
Yes.
But of course, the requisite, of course, is taking the exam. Are you always studying? Are you constantly studying?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm sure you are. Okay, fantastic. Great to have you here. Let's get back into this game. We have a terrific game going, very close, 100-70, but everything can change as we meet our players individually in today's one-on-one rapid fire. First, Mitchell Veith, senior over at Hershey. Great to have you here. Coming up soon in the fall, you're going to be going on I would think of a trip of a lifetime, but there's responsibilities associated with it.
Yes, we'll all be traveling to Ecuador with a team of pediatric cardiologists who do heart surgery for underprivileged children there.
Do you speak Spanish?
Yes, we'll be interpreting and giving care to the patients while they're recovering.
How long is this experience for?
About a week and a half.
And so you have a good excuse. It's an educational trip,
Yes.
I see. Yes. Nice to have you here, Mitchell Veith. Nathaniel Wright is a senior over at Lampeter Strasburg. And you have a real interest in history. And how are you going to use that major in the future?
I'm hoping to go into battlefield archaeology of more modern battlefields such as World War I, World War II, or maybe even the Spanish-American War. And
is there a local college that maybe you're looking toward? Or?
I'm looking towards McDaniel College down in Westminster, Maryland.
Oh, it's a small private school, I assume. Well, they'd be lucky to get a student for you. Well, hopefully you're going to be lucky as you hear these 3 questions for Mitchell and Nathaniel as we put you to one-on-one. There are 2 cups in a pint. How many cups are in a gallon? Nathaniel.
16.
16 is absolutely correct. In 1953, he was appointed to the Supreme Court. In 1963, he chaired the commission which investigated the assassination of John F. Kennedy. Who was he? Ooh, we stumped you on Earl Warren, and think about the Warren Commission. And finally, while parties fill his Long Island mansion, he stares across the water to the green light. Mitchell.
Jay Gatsby?
He's the one. Light on Daisy's dock. 110-80, a great game going as we meet our 2 captains. First, Ben Lengerich. You're a senior. Now, Ben, you are also going with Mitchell on this Ecuadorian trip. Why did you select to do this? Obviously, there's going to be a lot of work.
Right. I wanted to use my Spanish in a meaningful capacity, and these surgeries truly are life-changing.
So you're a senior. Have you taken 5 years of Spanish?
I'm currently in AP Spanish.
Oh, do you feel fluent? Are you able to?
I don't know if fluent's the right word, but able to get by.
Able to get by. Well, that's good enough. All right. Colin Stroh, senior over at Lampeter Strasburg. Great to have you here. And speaking of Spanish, how coincidental. You somewhat self-taught yourself this past summer.
Yes, this summer I took Spanish at home with my mom, and I managed to be able to take Spanish 4 and 5 this year.
So at school, so you went from no Spanish at all
I took Spanish 1 and 2.
Oh, you did, and then
Yes.
you worked at it, and now you're in 4 and 5.
Yes.
So, and going to pursue the AP as well.
No, we don't offer AP Spanish in our school.
But what do you want to use the Spanish for? I think.
I'm going to Spain next spring over Easter break.
Is that your first time in Europe?
Yes.
Oh, good for you. Buena suerte to both Ben and Colin as we put you two one-on-one. This common carbohydrate is formed in leaves from carbon dioxide and water during the Ben?
Glucose.
No, sorry. During the process, Colin, of photosynthesis. What is it? Colin?
Chlorophyll?
No, sorry. It's starch is the correct response. In 1973, he launched a war against Israel. In 1977, he flew to Jerusalem to negotiate peace. What Egyptian leader was assassinated in 1981? A sad day occurred when Anwar Sadat was assassinated. And finally, in all of Shakespeare's plays, there's only one Macbeth or Peace Blossom or Lancelot Gobbo. What name is shared by Julius Caesar's wife and a lady who disguises herself as a lawyer in The Merchant of Venice? Ooh, back to British Lit, and you're going to remember Portia. So 110 to 80, the scores are very much in line as we meet Garrett Richards, a sophomore at Hershey, and it's nice to have you here. And boy, people are really traveling at Hershey because you recently skipped school for an educational trip. Garrett, where'd you go?
Yep, I went to Italy with my family a week ago.
That's great. Are you Italian?
I am. My mom's a little bit Italian,
So
but mostly
was this-
just to go there.
So this was just coincidence that the vacation plans for the family worked out during school?
Just coincidence.
What was your favorite part?
Probably Venice.
Venice. Oh, what a beautiful city. Yes, I can imagine. Dylan Shane is a junior at Lampeter Strasburg, and you are part of Model United Nations.
Yes,
Tell us about Model United Nations.
I think it's just a great way to meet new people, discuss current events, try to really work on the world's problems without all the weight of it on your shoulders.
And is this a competition?
Technically, but not really.
But it involves schools
Yes.
from throughout the community.
Yes, it does.
Okay, Dylan and Garrett, let's put you two one-on-one. The temperature at which substance changes from solid to liquid is its melting point. At what temperature does a substance change from a liquid to a gas? Garrett?
212.
No, sorry. Incorrect. Dylan? Dylan?
Vaporization.
No. It's boiling point is what it's called. Yes, in 1901, he sold his company to U.S. Steel for $250 million and devoted his life. Garrett?
Andrew Carnegie.
Andrew Carnegie devoted his life to philanthropy. And finally, on August 6th, an atomic bomb was dropped on Hiroshima, killing half the population. In what year? Dylan?
1945.
1945 is absolutely correct. Yes, 120 to 90 as we meet our final players. Dylan Davini. And you are a sophomore at Hershey, and it's great to have you here. And music is a really important part of your life. In fact, you began playing...
When I was about 8 years old, I started taking piano lessons.
And what other instruments now do you play?
Since then, I've taken up viola and percussion, and I've been able to teach myself some rudimentary guitar.
Now, the other coach who is not able to be here today is Mr. Rich Miller. He's the band
He's the
leader.
band director.
Are you in the band?
Yes, the marching band.
The marching band. And what instrument do you play for the marching band?
I play pit percussion, which is everything from xylophone, chimes, instruments like that.
Oh, I bet he's glad to have somebody like you on his team. Nice to have you here. Dylan, Andrew Pearson, Jr. over at Lampeter Strasburg. And your parents served, obviously, in the armed forces in Papua New Guinea.
Not quite. They actually served with a Bible translation organization called Wycliffe.
Oh, I see. So somewhat of a mission trip. And
Yeah.
so were you born there?
Yeah, me and both my brothers were born there.
Are you an American citizen?
Yeah, both my parents are American citizens, so I am.
So would you be able to run for president? Or?
Yeah, 2004, you look for me on the ballot.
All right, excellent. All right, thank you, Andrew Pearson. Nice to have you here. Dylan and Andrew, let's put you two one-on-one. She was a resident of the Alderson Federal Prison Camp from October 8th, 2004 to March 4th, 2005. Who is this famous felon who has turned her home decorating and cooking ideas into an industry? Andrew.
Martha Stewart.
She's the one, yes. This U.S. president must be at least 35 years old. A senator must be 30. What is the minimum age at which you can become a U.S. representative? Dylan?
25.
25 is correct. And finally, before heart disease took its place in the 1920s, this bacterial respiratory disease was the leading killer of Americans. Dylan again.
Pneumonia?
No, sorry. What disease was once called consumption, Andrew?
Polio.
Andrew. Pardon me?
Polio.
No. It's tuberculosis is the correct response. 130 to 100. Great game going as we now pick up the pace and play